I'm back in bed. But because I am cold, my housemate is having a nap right now. So, I don't want to do too much out there and make too much noise. But apparently I'm sleepy now, now that I'm in bed in my onesie. Well, I've got more gossip from the spirit realm. If you want to hear my spirit gossip. Alright, so this shit, man. Oh, sorry. Pre-nap gossip. Am I gonna have a nap? It looks like it. Anyway, so gossip. Yeah, I've got. Well, okay, so every single thing, right, that I've been getting in my messages, in my these readings, channeled messages and stuff that I've been like, just like, that have been like crossing my path, for quite some time. Yeah, they've all been really, really accurate, but sorry, a couple of things made me think it wasn't accurate. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but bear with me. So, like, one thing. So there were a couple of things, but I had forgotten what one of the things were, and I just remembered recently that it was the further back thing. You don't know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, so more recently it came up saying that a younger male was gonna come forward and confess that he had feelings for me, and I was like, nah. What do you mean? I was like, oh, there was one other thing before this that also, like, didn't really come to pass, so maybe it's not always accurate, right? And then a younger male confessed that he had feelings for me, and I was like, oh, that was accurate? Oh, wait, does that mean it's always accurate? Fuck. And then I completely forgot what the first thing was. But now I remember what the first thing was because it was brought up again in another reading. So, apparently, according to my guides and stuff, I was meant to receive some form of inheritance. They told me this a while ago. They told me this like a year or so ago. They were like, oh, fucking, there's an inheritance, and people were keeping it from you and not telling you about it and stuff. But at that time, I was also getting a bunch of messages that are relevant to like this time period now. So it was like basically a 6 to 8 months ahead of time. It was all like, all this stuff is happening now. So then back then I was like, oh my god, what do you mean all this stuff is happening now? But actually it was like, the stuff is like happening now. And it was just like shifting me into the timeline where that was happening by telling me that it was already happening, so I would shift into that vibration so that I would manifest that timeline faster. I don't know. So anyway, so apparently there's been some sort of inheritance that was meant to come to me, and whoever was meant to pass it on to me decided not to do that. And they hoped that I would never find out and stuff. And I don't know. Apparently, like, once they realize I know, they're all gonna freak out, and it's all gonna be like drama central, and I don't know. But that's kind of uncool, bro. I don't know. I guess we'll find out if that's a thing. I don't know. If I'm entitled to money that was meant to be mine, give it to me. Thank you. I accept my money now. Thank you very much. Indeed. Um if anyone has stopped me from receiving something that I was meant to receive, I'm sure that that just means that they will then face the karma of that in whatever way that the universe sees fit, and my blessings will be multiplied because people tried to get in the way. So, I mean, I yep, the universe, God, they got my back. Everything will work out perfectly the way that it's meant to. Indeed. Indeed. What do you mean? Sleepy. Yeah. If there was an inheritance, I wonder if my siblings know about it and have received their portion. I don't know. It'd be funny. It'd be funny if my parents were all like, "Oh no, well, one of the kids has been consistently locked up in mental hospital. That's their fault, by the way, not me, my sister." And then, one of them's gone to jail. And I don't know. I guess they wanted to try and come up with a reason to not give me plan. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to like be like, ah, we deserve it more than the children, because you know, I wouldn't put it past them. Honestly, they've always been very very self-centered. That's what. That's yeah. I wouldn't put it past them. You know. But nah, I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure there's no inheritance. I'm sure there's no conspiracy, right? Even though the universe keeps bringing it to my attention for some reason. I'm sure that everyone is just as innocent as they are claiming that they are. Indeed. What else is the gossip in the spirit realms? I wasn't asking for a channeled message on the spot. I don't want to connect to anyone right now. I want to rest. What do you mean? Hang on a minute. I feel like I'm getting a lecture or being told a story by a spirit right now. And I don't know if they have a point. And I think it'll take a while. I feel like I might fall asleep listening to this. It literally just feels like we're getting into a story and it's a long. Okay, maybe I have to go for this. Will I come back with messages? Look, the channeled stuff is meant to be on the business stuff, bro. They're not gonna stop. The flow is happening. It's happening subconsciously. because I'm here talking to you, but I can see the information like flowing, and there's like other aspects of me like actively processing the information currently going to them. I can kind of see like parts of it. It's like a movie. They've got a projector set up and they're like showing it, and it's kind of actually cool. I want to watch the movie. I'm gonna go and watch the movie that they're showing in my head now. What do you mean? I didn't know I could do that. Oh no, but first I want to tell you, I was talking to my therapist, and she was saying that the way that I can see the inside world is on like so many more dimensions than other people see, because she said like some people like just get a sense of the inside world, or they can just see it and they don't know anything else. Whereas like I guess I can tap into anything in the inside world as much as I can tap into stuff in this world. Like I was saying, for instance, because I was telling her about a thing that shifted in my system, and she's like, "Okay, well now that that's happened, do you notice anything different about the inside world?" And I was like, "I don't know. Let's find out." And then I noticed that a path had been cleared, which didn't look like it had been cleared because it didn't look like it was blocked before, but like there was like a huge invisible pyre thingy. I don't know. It's just this huge thingy, and then but it's invisible. And then I saw it like move out of the way so that people could now get through, but they didn't know that they couldn't get through before because the barrier was invisible. So I was like trying to explain that an invisible barrier is now moved, and I know that because I saw it move, even though it's invisible. I couldn't see it, but I also could see it at the same time. And it's funny because it's like stuff in this reality. It's like I can see stuff in this reality that I can't see in this reality. Like I can't see it with my eyeballs, but I can see it in my mind in this reality. And it's like the same in the inside world. But anyway, and then like any new detail that I notice about the inside world comes with like all of this new like information. It comes with like so much meaning. So for instance, when I was taking a quick little trip in the inside world with the counselor at the Step Up Step Down program, we were talking about Gifford being the male Alex in my system, and he is an empath, but he is introverted, and he lives in a cave. Have I told you about Gifford? He lives in a cave, close to the dragon's cave. He's actually friends with the dragons. They consider him family at this point. He goes to hang out with them sometimes. And oh yeah, sorry, yeah, no, it wasn't quite like that before. He was like kind of friends with them at the time. With like back then, and then we kind of established with Gifford that he needed to get out more. He couldn't just wait for people to come over, like his safe people, who were his twin sister, the female Alex, and Daniel, is another author and his friend, and I was just thinking, I used to always say that Daniel and Danielle were the goth, like goth alters, but I mean, they're not like fully like goth. None of them are. They just happen to like having dark hair and eyeliner um on and wearing like just normal black outfits, but they're not like fully. Anyway, Daniel and Danielle are twins in my system, male and female twins. We have a few of them. Alex, Gifford, and Alex are twins, and we have Jesse and Jessica, who are male female twins also, but we don't really know Jesse that well. Then we have Riley, and fuck, what was her name? I'm sorry. It was something weird. I don't know. Riley and whatever the fuck it was were female twins. They're both female. Although Riley is like super like she's a huge tomboy, so she's like more on the masculine side anyway. But yeah. Anyway, what was my point? What was I saying? Alright, Gifford in the inside world, and yeah. So anyway, at that point, Gifford needed to stop just like hanging out in his cave, and he needed to go out and interact more with the inside world. So he went to the forest and he made friends with some sort of fairy creature that was there. And then together they actually went to the market inside my inside world. It's very vast in there. And so of course everyone running the stalls and everyone shopping in the markets, all of them would be aspects of me. So that's hectic. But anyway, no, because like everyone in reality, everyone is aspects of me. Anyway, what was I saying? Fuck me. Sorry. What was I saying? Sorry, I don't remember. Gifford Market. Yeah. Sorry. The switch, you good. Alright. Yeah. Should I just take over? I won't be here long. I was gonna sit this down, but like, that's how to signify that this is me. Who is me? I don't know. You'll never know. Anyway. Sorry. So Gifford went to the market with his fairy friend or whatever the fuck that was. Sorry, guys, no offense. And then they found a baby dragon. Like, was it in the egg? Like, was it already hatched? I don't remember. I don't know. Anyway, they found a baby dragon, and it needed to find its family. It wasn't related to the dragons in the cave. And I think that Gifford, the dragon, and the fairy kind of went on a journey, an adventure. True, I need to write about their adventures too. I wonder if his journey and Amelie's journey like intersected at any point. I wonder if like there's a crossover. I don't know. That'll be fun. So yeah, he went to go and find out more about the dragon and where it came from and stuff, but I think that they ended up getting more of a bond. The dragon started recognizing that it had cool abilities, fairy abilities. I think um I think that the dragon was meant to go and live in the forest with the fairies, which means that now, see, this is new information that I'm gathering currently right now. Um, it seems like Gifford actually went back and was kind of. I think he tried to raise the dragon in his cave and it wasn't. It didn't. That lasted like a day or so before he was like, "That's not right. The energy's all wrong. Something's off, right?" So they kind of like camped out in the woods for a couple of days where he met the fairy and stuff, and the dragon was really resonating with the fairy community, like to the point where you could literally see like the stones on the ground around the dragon when it was like feeling joyful with the fairies. Everything started like levitating and stuff, and it's like the more that they spend time there, the the stronger that is happening. So it's like that dragon is really merging with the fairy realm and um developing powers other dragons don't normally have access to. But we still need to find out what kind of dragon it is and if this is natural for the species or if it's because it was like exposed to this fairy from a very young age and then to like this fairy environment or like, so that's the thing. When we took the dragon to the other dragons after the fairy activation thing, they started looking at it like it was something sacred, something unusual, something that you want to be wary of because you don't know what the fuck is going on. It's like there's a prophecy about this shit. It's like this is some real shit, but it's like I don't want to. It's almost as though like afraid to interfere too much because I don't know. It's like the universe must have a plan. Like, I guess in a way, it's like I feel now I feel like I need to go and have a conversation with those dragons in like where they're how they're feeling because I feel like they're feeling unworthy of even being in the presence of this baby dragon, but also like it kind of is going to learn about dragonkind from them. And the way that they treat this baby dragon is going to shape the way that the baby dragon sees its own kind, its own self, and others like it. And now I'm seeing parallels between what I just said and my own story, and that's cool. um, Indeed. So it feels like this baby has a huge fucking destiny, and it doesn't know, and it doesn't care to know, doesn't need to know. All it needs because it feels the pull, like it's guided. I resonate with this a lot. It feels the pull and it's guided because everything that it does in its pure state of love is aligned. And it's like to try and control it and tell it what parameters to fit into because that's all you know, that would be wrong because its destiny is bigger than that. So then it's like, how do you guide something that is meant for something greater, something new, meant for a whole new path? How do you lay down a path before them when they're the one that's meant to be laying the path? How do you not mess that up when they're the only one that knows the right path? I guess keep checking in and following what they're drawn to in that moment and always being okay with that no matter what. And ensuring that you're there for them through everything. So I feel like Gifford is feeling way more like prepared to be a guardian of this dragon, this baby dragon, than the actual dragons are. So it's like the dragons, they might have been put into its life, but they're not the true family. They're just there to be an example of what dragons can be. But that's the thing. It's not about just blending with dragons. Because this dragon isn't just meant to be with other dragons. It's meant to be with the fairies. It's not meant to just follow the same path that the dragons do. It's meant to bridge worlds. It's meant to be connected to humans. It's meant to be connected to fairies. It's meant to be connected to other dragons. But I feel like that's just like not even one of the big significant connections. I think that its connection to dragons is going to be hugely connected to its own journey towards self in the future. So if I'm writing my story of my inside world into like novels and movies and shit, then I guess I'm saying that at this point in the journey, Gifford has found the baby dragon and they've just uncovered its connection with the fairy realm and stuff at the beginning, but this dragon's gonna grow, it's not gonna stay a baby, and it's gonna develop its own like personality, it's gonna go on its own adventures, and Gifford is probably gonna fucking ride on his back. Motherfucker, dude, that'd be so cool. What do you mean? Yeah, man, like, and then eventually there's, after like meeting other creatures and bridging more communities and more souls from different realms, the dragon is gonna have to finally come back and face its own self and find the dragon within, because it's been living with traits that it picked up from its human friend and from its fairy friends and from the trees themselves, and this dragon doesn't know how to be a dragon. Hasn't figured it out yet, because like that's not all I am. So like Why would I act like it is a significant part of me? But I suppose, yeah. Mm. Wow. I really need to start writing. I need to start writing. I need to start writing. I've said it 3 times now. I think I should probably start writing. Okay. Yep. If you're looking forward to reading the book, fucking like my fucking video. Do it. Do it. Is it gonna be a book? I don't know. I'm hoping that my housemate will make the movies because he's a. I'm just gonna go now. I love you.